Hey y'all, welcome back to the Cookie Chat. We hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm Melissa with Missy P Sweets, and this is my sidekick.
I am Chelsea with Rolling in the Dough AZ.
We are your basic bakers talking all things baking, business related, and life. And today we've gotten this question so many times on so many different platforms that we run is how do you organize and take your orders? So Chelsea and I both do this different ways. And here's the thing, there's no right or wrong way to do it. It is whatever works for you. I think we've both gone through a process of doing this. I've been in my business for almost 4 years now. Chelsea, how long for you now?
6.
6 years. So, again, we are each going to individually share how we do it. There's probably going to be a little bit of screen sharing, a little bit of looking at actual order forms, but we hope that this helps you guys and you guys can implement some of these things into organizing your business. So with that being said, make sure before we get started that you hit subscribe and notification bell so that you know whenever our videos are popping up. And also we love sharing even more content, discounts, just everything about life with our friends over on Patreon. So if you would like to hit us up down there and also just help support us in providing this kind of content to you guys, go ahead and check that out down in the show notes. And from there, I'm going to go ahead and take over and share with you guys how I organize my orders. Howdy folks, you are here in Melissa, Missy P Sweets office right now, and I am going to show you my personal process on how I organize order forms when I'm taking custom orders. I have not taken custom orders since the end of 2021, but I did definitely have a process with some tried and true practices. So for people to submit an order form, I would only open up 2 to 3 months at a time. So a month or two before that 2-month segment, I would open my order form. And that just allowed me to be flexible with my schedule and prioritize and really see how many orders I could really take. And again, I was a part-time baker during this period. So I took far fewer than what you will see with Chelsea's, who is a full-time cookier. So once I got the order forms, there was a form on my website that they would fill, and that is a website functionality piece, but you can absolutely use Google Forms, which I will link to the episode where we go over how to set up a Google form. That is absolutely a way to do it. But once I have that from them, then I have all the information I need. And this is what my order template looks like. I set it up in Excel, but believe me, it doesn't look like this once I go to print it. But this is the important information that I have. This note section is just for me after it's printed. This is where I put extra notes as far as if they have any changes to pickup times or making sure that their deposit has been paid, things of that nature. But I've got the customer name, their email, their phone number, their pickup date, and the pickup location. I don't give out, I do home pickups, and so, or porch pickups. I do not give out my home information or address to them until I'm going through an actual order form with them. I don't have that listed publicly, just safety and privacy reasons. So this is the first time that they are then getting my information. And then what payment method? So I would always have them select in the order form process if they were going to pay Venmo or PayPal, and they would have to put their handle information. So right here, I would say either Venmo and what their Venmo handle is, or PayPal and what their PayPal is. So this one was an example when I was showing my daughter's birthday. So I would have the event name, whatever it is, their main theme and their color. And these are just triggers for me to remind myself, okay, yeah, that's what this is. And I always ask for the names associated because sometimes it'll be a baby shower or wedding showers, things like that. And sometimes people forget to put exactly what the name is. But there is more pricing information down below, which I will go over. But basically what I do here is I basically create a copy of this, and then I will name it with here I will go into 2021, and so then I have these all by month, and I will name what the person's name is who's ordering it and their pickup day. And then I will complete all of the information that they gave me in that. So here I've done an example for you guys. So here's my order form, all the things that I just went over. So this was for, his name was Aiden, and his family is actually in the Ford Motor business. And so he's obsessed with Ford, the cars. So that was his birthday thing. And here you see I have cookies. The quantity that they wanted was 14. He was going to be taking them to his class. And I have an array of prices. If you do a straight price per cookie, that is fantastic. I personally, when I was doing custom orders, I would look at the inspiration picture and I would price per cookie. So I would be able to look at the inspiration. So let's scroll down here and see what the inspiration is. So he wanted a collection of different cars. He had specific cars that he liked. And this is inspiration that I sourced and sent to the mom. This is actually a piece of artwork that is in my home that I thought would be really, really cool. And so I sourced a lot of this information and I drop it in here. I just copy and paste it or save it and put it in here. So this is the kind of inspiration I love to have. Invitations are great. If they have a Pinterest board, pull things from that. I love using artwork as inspiration. And at the end of this, I will show you how these cookies ended up, but I knew that some of these would have to be hand painted and high level of details. So for hand painted stuff, this is what I was saying. I was probably going to do like a handful of those and then some a little bit more simple, or well, 6 of them and quite a bit more simple. And then 3 maybe with like heavy projector work or something like that. So she would not see this, the person that is getting this order form. What I would do there is I would hide these. That is purely for my information so that when I come back to do this, I can go back in when I am truly sketching out my cookies the week of and say, okay, what did I quote her and what can I, like how many of these can I go all out on? How many should I scale back on? Things like that. And so then this was a formula. So this added up all that stuff in red below. So, and my customers would know I price per cookie, and so it's just going to be based on the level of details that I do. And then she also wanted bows attached to them because she was giving them as gifts. And so this would just add up whatever those sums are. And then I would request deposit. So for me, to book with me and the way that my business worked was you had to do 50% up front, and then 7 days prior to your order, the remaining balance was due. I would include my Venmo information and my actually Zelle information. I did switch over to using Zelle versus PayPal. And then I did have a late fee. I had a couple of issues where people just would be really late with picking up, and I'm kind of particular with the porch pickups. I try and be understanding, but I just had a couple of issues. And so you find along the way as you do your business, just little things that you need to call out. So I really needed a way to kind of enforce pickups so that it didn't interfere with my workflow or my life. And so I did note that if you miss or delay your pickup, you could be subject to a fee, depending on how that goes. And then down here, I would also have that just a note that these are not man-made and there might be slight variations in them. And then also call out my allergens that are also called out on my labels, but I would call those out. And then also my personal cottage food information that needed to be included. And so then I will print, I print one for myself, and then I would print it as a PDF. So I would save this as a PDF, and that is what I send to my customers. So then once I have all of my order forms done for that time period, I am very simple that I just put it on a clipboard and I do them in the order of when their pickup is going to be. And then I always put a blank piece of paper behind each order form. And that is where when I'm having moments where I'm inspired or I have thoughts about a certain set, I come in and I start sketching and making notes as I go. I love to give myself time to really focus on letting the creative process happen as it can happen, as I'm able to. So yeah, that's how I go about my ordering process and organizing my orders. So it's all in Excel, and the thing I love about this too is that this is a Google Drive. So that means I can view these on my phone whenever I was going to cake supply stores and things like that. I could whip out, okay, what orders do I have going on in September, and take quick looks and see, do I need to load up on any sprinkles or things like that. So I really love having both a digital option and a hard copy option. That is my preference. And that's it for me on order forms.
Hey, it's Chelsea here with Rolling in the Dough AZ, and this is how I do my custom orders. All of my custom orders are started on my website. I did have this built a few years back. It was a little bit costly, but it was certainly the best investment I did for my business so that everything just became more automated. Part of the automation was definitely my custom order form. So people can click here and go to my custom order form, and it has all the information that I would like to disclose up front right at the top. Forgive any errors, this page is hidden from the public because I am currently booked, but I just wanted to give you guys a little view. So if you scroll down, these are all fields that I can control. I can change any of the descriptions or information that I need as the seasons change for custom orders. But as you can see, I reiterate so much as far as the time of pickup, the date of pickup. It's in like 3 or 4 different locations so people know. But I'm just going to show you what it kind of looks like once you fill out the custom order form. And then it will be sent to my email. I love this option as far as what Friday. I do my pickups on Fridays. Would they like to pick up? And having the option of the calendar, it's just more visual so people kind of get it right. But as you move down here, this is where people will send all of their details. They can add any details that they want within this section. At the bottom, you'll notice there is an attachment so they can upload things like invites, pictures, whatever they might want to send for detailed photos. I love when people send that over. I'm not going to pop into my pictures because Lord knows what I have. But right here, it also pops up and it sends them an email to say that I will be back with them within 72 hours, and that does not include weekends. So the expectation for a response is already preset. Once the email is sent to them stating this is the response time, this is what I get in my inbox. So it breaks everything down for me. I can hit reply or reply to the email address that they have listed as the response, and I can provide them a quote. I can ask for more detailed information in order to provide a quote, and I can begin the conversation from here. Once my customers have responded to that email that I sent with the quote and said, oh my gosh, yes, I would love to move forward, I put their name, their amount, and a generalized theme over here on the left-hand side in pencil. Also, I write, you can see across the top where it says 654321. That is how many dozen I'm willing to take for that week. So this has been really helpful in allowing me to kind of stay within my means and not overbook myself. As, let's say Taylor, I put her name down, I go across the top and I cross off 3. That way, if I get another order form and it's for 7 dozen, I can look back and say, oh, I only can take 3 that week, but can I maybe take it a week or 2 before? I can freeze it for them, or I can give them the option of picking up early and freezing. So this allows me to kind of play with my schedule more visually. I am a very visual person. I love to write things down. So this is how I kind of move from my email to here. Next, I send out confirmation emails about 2 weeks prior to the pickup date. Once I send the confirmation email and ask them, has your theme changed, has your amount changed, please reconfirm the spelling, the age, all that good stuff, I'll send their invoice. When the invoice is sent, that is when I move them over to the right-hand column in different colors right here. And that is, to me, signifying that I have sent their invoice. I do use PayPal for my invoicing system, and that is what I use for all of my custom orders. 99.9, unless there's some error, it's going through PayPal. Once I get notification that the invoice has been paid, I put a little check mark next to their name, and I know they are good to go. As far as my inbox goes, Melissa is so organized with her folders and moving them over. I keep them just in my inbox, and then once the order has been completed and they pick up, I remove it from my inbox because my website houses all of my custom order forms. I can go back and pull something if I needed to. When it comes to really planning out my sets, I go into my email and I screenshot all of my orders for that week. So I'm going to screenshot this page right here, and then I'm going to do my own research if they haven't sent anything over, or even if they have, I'll go to Instagram. It got cut off, but you can type in things like disco cookies, and I can look there for some inspiration. As I find things that I like, I can screenshot them. Make sure if you're using somebody's idea that you do give them some credit. This set was so cute. I love the groovy on it, how they use the O's and the disco balls. So just things like this. Then I'll go back and search things like disco invites or party, things that are kind of in relation to it, and kind of look at different means and get my inspiration from there. Again, some people sent over some great invites. Others, I'm like, I get your general theme, but I want to do my own research. So this is how I just screenshot everything, and I can pop back over then to my pictures, and everything for that set is at once. So once I feel I have enough inspo, then I move on to my next order.
Thank you so much, Chelsea. That was amazing. I love seeing how you organized your orders. Did you learn anything from my section?
I did. We just do it night and day. So
you're a pen and paper gal.
I am. I think that's the fun thing, though, about having two different perspectives on it is, again, like Melissa said in the very beginning of this video, is there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's just as long as it works for you, the orders get done, and everything is met, find your own way.
That's right. That's right. I totally agree. And guys, thank you so much for joining us here. Catch us over on Instagram, Patreon, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. That's what we got.
All right. I'm Chelsea with Rolling in the Dough AZ.
I'm Melissa with Missy P Sweets. May your cakes never be dry.
And your icing be shiny and crater free. See you later, guys.